Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. Success isn't just about luck. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or hoping the stars align. No, success is a mission. And like any mission, it requires strategy, determination, and the courage to push beyond your limits. Today I'm here to share with you the 7 laws of success, principles that will transform your life if you're willing to commit. Ready? Let's go. Success doesn't wait. It doesn't knock on your door and politely ask if you're ready. No, success is out there right now, and it's moving fast. If you want it, you've got to chase it. You've got to take action now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when the timing feels perfect, because guess what? The timing will never feel perfect. There will always be a reason to wait, an excuse to hold back. But here's the truth. The moment you take that first step is the moment everything changes. Think about it. When I'm filming a movie, I don't wait for the perfect conditions. I don't say, you know what? Let's wait for the sun to be just right, for the wind to calm down, for everything to align. No, we go, we take the shot, we make it happen. Because if we waited for perfect, we'd never get anything done. And the same goes for your life. If you're waiting for the perfect moment to start that business, to write that book, to chase that dream, you're going to be waiting forever. Action is the antidote to fear. It's the thing that turns doubt into confidence, dreams into reality. When you take action, you're telling the universe and yourself that you're serious, that you're not just talking about success, you're going after it. And that's when the magic happens. That's when doors start opening, opportunities start appearing, and momentum starts building. Taking action doesn't mean you have to have it all figured out. You don't need a perfect plan or all the answers. You just need to start. Take that first step, no matter how small. Because once you start, you'll figure it out as you go. You'll learn, adapt, and grow. But you've got to start. Let me give you an example. When I was preparing for Top Gun, Maverick, I didn't wait until I felt ready to get into that fighter jet. I didn't wait until I had every maneuver memorized or every fear conquered. No, I got in the jet. I took off. And you know what happened? I learned. I grew. I became the pilot I needed to be, but it all started with that first step, with taking action. Action creates clarity. When you're sitting on the sidelines, overthinking, overanalyzing, everything feels overwhelming. But when you take action, things start to make sense. You start to see the path forward. You start to understand what works and what doesn't. And that clarity, it's priceless. Let's be real. Taking action isn't always easy. There will be moments when you're scared, when you're unsure, when you feel like you're in over your head, and that's okay. Fear is part of the process. Doubt is part of the journey, but you can't let it stop you. You've got to push through it. You've got to take that leap even when your knees are shaking. Every action you take, no matter how small, is a vote for the person you want to become. It's a declaration to yourself and the world that you're not just dreaming about success, you're building it. Brick by brick, step by step. Momentum is a powerful thing. Once you start taking action, once you start building that momentum, it becomes easier to keep going. You start to believe in yourself. You start to see what's possible. And before you know it, you're not just chasing success, you're living it. So what's holding you back? What's that thing you've been waiting to do, that dream you've been putting off? Whatever it is, today is the day. Right now is the moment. Take that first step, make that call, write that first sentence, start that project, because success isn't about waiting for the perfect moment, it's about creating it. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to start, take that first step, and then take the next one, and the next one. Before you know it, you'll be running full speed towards your dreams. You know, life is a lot like a mission. And every mission, whether it's scaling a skyscraper, flying a fighter jet, or chasing down the truth, starts with one thing, a clear objective. Without it, you're just wandering aimlessly, hoping to stumble into success. But let me tell you something. Hope is not a strategy. Success is intentional. It's deliberate, and it all begins with defining your mission. Think about it. When I'm preparing for a role, I don't just show up on set and wing it. No, I dive deep. I ask myself, what's the purpose of this character? What drives them? What's their mission? That's their mission. And once I know that, every action, every line, every stunt becomes purposeful. The same applies to your life. What's your purpose? What's the fire that keeps you going, even when the odds are stacked against you? Your mission is your North Star, It's the thing that guides you when the path gets dark and uncertain. Without it, you're just drifting, reacting to whatever life throws at you. But with it, you become unstoppable. You become the kind of person who doesn't just dream about success. You chase it down, no matter how impossible it seems. So how do you define your mission? Start by asking yourself the hard questions. What do you truly want? Who you truly want. Not what your parents want for you, not what society expects of you, but what you want. What makes you come alive? What's the one thing you'd do even if you weren't getting paid for it? That's your mission. That's your why. Your mission doesn't have to be some grand, world-changing idea. It just has to matter to you. Maybe it's building a business that supports your family. Maybe it's creating art that inspires others. Maybe it's simply becoming the best version of yourself. Whatever it is, own it, embrace it, let it fuel you. But defining your mission is just the first step. The real magic happens when you align your actions with it. Every decision you make, every goal you set, should move you closer to that mission. It's like plotting a course on a map. You don't just point your ship in any direction and hope for the best. You chart a course and you follow it, no matter how stormy the seas get. And trust me, the seas will get stormy. There will be moments when you doubt yourself, when the obstacles seem too big, when the critics are louder than your own voice. But that's when your mission becomes your anchor. It's the thing that keeps you grounded, that reminds you why you started in the first place. Let me give you an example. When I was filming Mission Impossible, there were moments when I thought, what am I doing? Hanging off the side of a plane? Climbing the Burj Khalifa? This is insane. But then I'd remember my mission, to create something unforgettable, to push the boundaries of what's possible, to inspire people to believe in the impossible. And that mission, it kept me going. It made every risk worth taking. Your mission is your why. And when you know your why, you can endure anyhow. So take a moment, look inward, ask yourself, what's my mission? What's the thing that sets my soul on fire? And once you find it, hold on to it. Let it guide you. Let it push you. Let it transform you. Success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about who you become in the process. And when you're living your mission, you become unstoppable. You become the kind of person who doesn't just dream big. Success isn't a straight line. It's not a smooth, easy path where everything goes according to plan. No, success is a climb. It's a roller coaster. It's full of twists, turns, and moments where you feel like you're hanging off the edge of a cliff with nothing but your fingertips keeping you from falling. But here's the thing, those moments, those challenges, they're not there to break you. They're there to make you. Think about it. When I'm filming a movie, do you think every scene goes perfectly on the first take? Do you think every stunt goes exactly as planned? Of course not. There are setbacks. There are mistakes. There are moments when I think, this is impossible. I can't do this. But then I remember, the climb is the point. The struggle is where the growth happens. And the same goes for your life. You see, success isn't just about reaching the top. It's about what you become on the way up. It's about the lessons you learn, the strength you build, and the resilience you develop. Every challenge, every obstacle, every failure, they're all part of the journey. They're all part of the climb. And if you want to succeed, you've got to embrace them. Let me give you an example. When I was filming Mission Impossible Fallout, there was a scene where I had to perform a halo jump, a high altitude, low opening skydive. It was one of the most dangerous stunts I've ever done. And you know what? It didn't go perfectly. Hey, the first time. There were issues with the equipment, problems with the weather, moments when I thought, this is too much. I can't do this. But I didn't quit. I kept going. I kept climbing. And when we finally got the shot, it was worth every second of the struggle. That's the thing about challenges. They're not there to stop you. They're there to test you, to see how badly you want it, to see if you're willing to keep going, even when it feels impossible. And if you're willing to embrace the climb, to push through the pain, to keep going no matter what, that's when you'll find out what you're really made of. The climb isn't just about physical strength. It's about mental toughness. It's about staying focused, staying determined, and staying committed, even when everything inside you is screaming to give up. It's about looking at the mountain in front of you and saying, I'm going to climb you, no matter how long it takes. And let me tell you something, the view from the top is worth it. Not just because of what you achieve, but because of who you become. When you embrace the climb, when you push through the challenges, you become stronger, you become wiser. You become the kind of person who doesn't back down, who doesn't give up, who doesn't settle for anything less than their best. You don't have to do it alone. The climb is tough, but it's easier when you have people by your side. People who believe in you, who support you, who push you to keep going. Surround yourself with those people. Lean on them. Let them help you when the climb gets tough. And remember, the climb isn't just about reaching the top. It's about enjoying the journey. It's about finding joy in the struggle, meaning in the challenges, and purpose in the pain. Because when you do that, when you embrace the climb with everything you've got, you'll find that success isn't just a destination. It's a way of life. So what's your climb? What's the mountain in front of you? Whatever it is, don't shy away from it. Don't fear it. Embrace it. Take it on. And when the climb gets tough, when the challenges feel overwhelming, remember, this is where the magic happens. This is where you become the person you were meant to be. Let me break it to you straight. Talent is overrated. Yeah, I said talent might get you in the door, but it's hard work that keeps you in the room. Success isn't about being the smartest, the fastest, or the most naturally gifted. It's about outworking everyone else. It's about showing up when others don't. Ain? It's about putting in the hours, the sweat, and the grind, even when no one's watching. Think about it. When I'm preparing for a role, I don't just rely on my acting chops. No, I dive in, I train, I push myself to the limit. For Top Gun, Maverick. I spent months learning how to fly fighter jets. For Mission Impossible, I've done stunts that most people wouldn't even dream of attempting. Why? Because I know that hard work is the great equalizer. It's the thing that separates the good from the great, the dreamers from the doers. Hard work isn't glamorous. It's not flashy. It's not about posting your progress on social media or looking for applause. It's about putting your head down and getting the job done. It's about showing up every single day, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it, even when the results aren't immediate. When I was filming The Last Samurai, I didn't just show up on set and start swinging a sword. No, I trained for months. I learned the language. I studied the culture. I immersed myself in the role until it became second nature. And you know what? That hard work paid off. It made the performance authentic. It made the story real. But it wasn't easy. It was grueling. It was exhausting. It was hard work. And that's the point. Success isn't supposed to be easy. If it were, everyone would have it. But here's the secret. Hard work compounds. Every hour you put in, every skill you master, every challenge you overcome, it all adds up. It builds momentum. It creates opportunities. And before you know it, you're not just keeping up with the competition, you're leaving them in the dust. But let's be real. Hard work isn't just about physical effort. It's about mental toughness. It's about staying focused, staying disciplined, and staying committed, even when the odds are against you. It's about pushing through the pain, the doubt, and the fear, and saying, I'm not giving up. Not today, not ever. Hard work is contagious. When people see you putting in the effort, when they see you grinding day in and day out, it inspires them, it motivates them, it sets a standard. And before you know it, you're not just outworking everyone else, you're raising the bar for everyone around you. But let's not sugarcoat it. Hard work is tough. There will be days when you're exhausted, days when you feel like you're not making progress, days when you wonder if it's even worth it. And on those days, you've got to dig deep. You've got to remind yourself why you started. You've got to remember that every drop of sweat, every late night, every ounce of effort is taking you one step closer to your goal. Hard work doesn't just lead to success. It builds character. It teaches you resilience. It shows you what you're capable of. And when you finally achieve your goal, when you finally reach that summit, you'll look back and realize that the hard work was the best part. It was the journey. It was the climb. It was the climb. It was what made you who you are. So what's your hard work? What's the thing you're willing to grind for, to sweat for, to fight for? Whatever it is, don't hold back. Don't settle for average. Don't let anyone outwork you. Because here's the truth. Success isn't about luck. It's about effort. It's about hustle. It's about outworking everyone else every single day. Let me tell you something. No one succeeds alone. Not me, not you, not anyone. Success is a team sport. It's about surrounding yourself with the best, with people who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to be better than you ever thought possible. Because here's the truth, you can't do it all by yourself. You need a team. You need a tribe. You need people who have your back, who believe in your mission, and who are willing to go the distance with you. Think about it. When I'm filming a movie, it's not just me on set. It's the director, the crew, the stunt team, the co-stars. Everyone plays a role. And without them, without their talent, their dedication, their hard work, the movie doesn't get made. The mission doesn't get accomplished. The same goes for your life. You need a team. You need people who bring out the best in you. Not just any team will do. You need the right team. You need people who are as committed to the mission as you are. People who aren't just there for the paycheck or the glory, but who genuinely believe in what you're trying to achieve. People who will push you when you're slacking, challenge you when you're settling, and lift you up when you're down. Let me give you an example. When I was filming Mission Impossible, there were moments when I thought, this is too much. I can't do this. But then I'd look around at the team, the stunt coordinators, the safety experts, the crew, and I'd remember that I wasn't alone. They had my back. They believed in the mission. And that belief, support, it gave me the confidence to keep going, to push harder, to take the risks that made the movie unforgettable. Your team isn't just there to support you. They're there to challenge you. They're there to challenge you. They're there to make you better. Because when you surround yourself with people who are smarter, faster, and more talented than you, it forces you to level up. It forces you to grow. And that growth, that's where the magic happens. But let's be real. Building the right team isn't easy. It takes time. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes a willingness to be vulnerable, to admit that you can't do it all by yourself. But here's the thing. When you find those people, when you build that team, it's worth every second of the effort. Because with the right team, you can achieve the impossible. Your team isn't just about what they can do for you. It's about what you can do for them. Success is a two-way street. It's about lifting each other up, about pushing each other to be better, about celebrating each other's wins. When you invest in your team, when you support them, when you believe in them, they'll do the same for you. And that's when the real magic happens. But let's not sugarcoat it. Building a team isn't just about finding the right people. It's about being the right person. It's about showing up day in and day out and proving that you're someone worth following. It's about leading by example, about setting the standard, about being the kind of person who inspires others to be their best. Your team is your greatest asset. They're the ones who will stand by you when the going gets tough. They're the ones who will push you to keep going when you feel like giving up. They're the ones who will celebrate with you when you finally achieve your goal. So, invest in them, support them, believe in them. Because when you do, you're not just building a team, you're building a family. So who's on your team? Who are the people who challenge you, inspire you, and push you to be better? If you don't have that team yet, start building it. Find those people. Invest in those relationships. And if you already have that team, don't take them for granted. Show them how much they mean to you. Push them to be their best. Because here's the thing, when you have the right team, there's nothing you can't achieve. Impossible is just a word. It's not a fact. It's not a law. It's not a fact. It's not a law. It's not a barrier that can't be broken. Impossible is a challenge. It's a dare. It's the universe saying, prove me wrong. And if you want to succeed, if you want to achieve something extraordinary, you've got to believe in the impossible. You've got to look at that word, stare it straight in the eye and say, watch me. Think about it. When I'm filming a movie, do you think I stick to the easy stunts? Do you think I play it safe? No. I hang off the side of planes. I climb skyscrapers. I do things that most people would call insane. But here's the thing. I don't do it to be reckless. I do it because I believe in the impossible. I do it because I know that when you push the limits, when you challenge the boundaries, that's when you create something unforgettable. And the same goes for your life. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you've got to believe in the impossible. You've got to dream bigger, aim higher, and push harder than anyone else. Because here's the truth, the impossible isn't some far-off, unattainable thing. It's just a mindset. Ew. It's a barrier that exists in your head. And once you break through that barrier, once you believe that you can do it, the impossible becomes possible. Believing in the impossible isn't easy. It takes courage. It takes guts. It takes a willingness to fail, to fall, to look foolish, to look foolish. Because when you aim for the impossible, there's no guarantee you'll succeed. But here's the thing, even if you fail, you'll still be further ahead than if you'd never tried at all. When I was filming Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, there was a scene where I had to climb the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. And let me tell you, standing on the edge of that building, looking down at the ground 2,700 feet below, I felt fear. Real, raw, heart-pounding fear. But I didn't let it stop me. I didn't back down. I believed in the impossible. And you know what? We got the shot. We created something unforgettable. But it all started with belief. Belief is contagious. Yeah. When you believe in the impossible, when you chase it with everything you've got, it inspires others. It shows them what's possible. It gives them permission to dream bigger, to aim higher, to push harder. And that's how you change the world. That's how you create something extraordinary. But let's not sugarcoat it. Believing in the impossible isn't just about dreaming big. It's about taking action. It's about putting in the work, the sweat, the effort to turn that dream into reality. Because here's the thing, the impossible doesn't just happen. It's not some magical thing that falls into your lap. It's something you create, something you fight for, something you earn. When you believe in the impossible, you become unstoppable. You become the kind of person who doesn't take no for an answer. The kind of person who doesn't back down, who doesn't give up, who doesn't settle for anything less than their best. And that's when the magic happens. That's when you achieve the impossible. But let's be real. Believing in the impossible isn't just about achieving your goals. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. It's about pushing yourself to grow, to evolve, to become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Because when you believe in the impossible, you're not just chasing success, you're creating it. So, what's your impossible? What's the thing that everyone says can't be done? Whatever it is, don't let their doubts become your reality. Don't let their limits define your potential. Believe in the impossible. Chase it. Fight for it. Bye. And when you finally achieve it, when you finally prove them wrong, you'll realize that the impossible was never really impossible at all.